New Year Dash, the show the night after Wrestle Kingdom. And coming out of Wrestle Kingdom is always a question or two. What's going to be the next feuds for the next big show? How are we going to wrap up past stories? There might even be someone leaving, or in this case, someone returning. But overall, before I get into the match by match, what I thought about that, I just want to say that I really enjoyed this show. It was all tag matches. There's no single matches. There was one championship match, when I get to that, I do want to make a correction because I was wrong about the gauntlet match. It was for a number one contendership for the 3-man tag titles, not actually for them. Like I said last time, a lot of ignorance because I didn't watch 2018, and then I took a year off from New Japan or from wrestling in general. But overall, this show it was good to watch. It was easy to watch. I enjoyed this a lot more than Wrestle Kingdom, even though Wrestle Kingdom had the better matches, obviously. But I don't know if I was just it was hard to watch 5 hours and then try to stay up to make a review. Anyways, let's just get down to the first match. Takashi Iizuka, Lance Archer, Dave Boy Smith Jr. versus Roppongi 3K, which is now including Rocky Romero. He wrestles from time to time with them, but most of the time they're their own thing. And I'm enjoying that Rocky Romero is wrestling again because, I just like when he and Trent, or I think he had a couple of tag partners in his day. It's been so long since I watched. But, I always enjoy him wrestling and do the clothesline and all that stuff. There was all that here. But I felt like this match was pretty standard fair. It was actually pretty good, in my opinion. It was better than most of the undercard New Japan tag matches. I really enjoyed the exchange between Romero and I think it was Archer. Just overall, I enjoyed the match, and I actually like this match a lot more than the junior tag match that happened at Wrestle Kingdom. Because I just realized, like 75% through the match, they're letting this match have time to breathe, and thus they had a better match out of it. There's also better match type and less people in it. But overall, I don't have much to say in the end. Yo or show, I still do not know. They look different. I'm not saying they look the same, okay? I'm not saying they look the same. They do look different in my eyes. I don't know the name to the face. Or I guess in this case I do name to pants because one's always wearing silver, one's wearing gold. I'm pretty sure the one in silver got the pin. But next up was Chase Owens and Yujiro Takahashi from Bullet Club going up against Toa Henare. I didn't know that was his first name. And Tomoaki Honma. The last time I saw Henare, he was a young lion. So, I know he came back as, the fully formed character. I don't know what you call that process. After his final metamorphosis, I guess, from young lion to now established character, I guess this is what he is now. I know he did that towards the beginning of 2018. But it's my first time seeing him, and he was, at Tomoaki Honma, which is the first time I've seen him since he returned from his injury that he suffered, in early 2017 during the 45th anniversary tour. So it was nice to see him again. Another thing I got wrong, the chick that Yujiro brings out, I already knew this, but I forgot what the name was yesterday when I was reviewing Wrestle Kingdom. It's Peter, which always fine. It's funny because Peter's a guy's name for one. I know it's spelled different, but it's normally a guy's name, and it's a very feminine woman, and also she makes Peter's hard. Anyways, the match, there wasn't too much of a story to it. I know at some parts, there was one part where Chase Owens was taunting Honma by doing his headbutt and stuff. Henare, the thing I noticed about him is that he's pretty quick in the ring. He's agile and stuff. And Yujiro, it's the same thing. He's been fighting in these undercard matches, tag matches forever. It's the same moves, the same drop kicks and stuff. He just going. It feels. I'm not saying not putting effort in, but he does the same moves all the time. It's going through the motions. Honma came in at one point, but it didn't amount to much because in the end, Chase Daniel was able to get Henare and the package power driver, and they get the win. I thought it was a good match. I gave it a 7. It was good. So this is a match I enjoyed quite a bit. It was Juice Robinson and David Finlay versus the best friends Chuck Taylor and Trent Barreta. Now, this match is all Americans. Well, not Americans, because Finlay's not. All Westerners, I should say. And obviously, Juice Robinson coming out with his United States title, which I looked up. This is his second time with it. He initially lost it to Cody, and now he got it. Now he has it back. The cool thing about this match that I enjoyed is a little interplay between Trent Barreta and Chuck Taylor, and I'm guessing that's Trent Barretta's mom that was in the crowd. But at one point, Juice, it was Finlay really giving it. I was really giving it to Trent Barreta, and Trent Barreta rolls out the ring, and he's like, he's holding his jaw and stuff, and he's hurting. He walks up into the crowd, and I'm like, what are you doing? He walks up to the crowd, and I guess like it's somebody from his family or something. He goes to, they hug, and like that kind of healed him. And normally Chuck Taylor and Trent hug. That's their thing. And then you could tell that Chuck kind of got jealous, and I'm like, is that they're teasing some type of breakup here? It feels like something very petty that would tease a breakup, but maybe, I don't know. So Trent comes back down, and Chucky T is telling them, yeah, hey, what the fuck, that's our thing. And then Trent's pushing them back off and stuff, and they get back to the match. I also noticed that when Juice came in, I noticed this before, but during the entrance, they like the little lower to left hand graphic, it says always says their name, and sometimes they got like their character as well, and it says the flamboyant Juice Robinson. And I don't know if I enjoy that. I don't know if I enjoy that direction with the character. It kind of looks silly to me. But, it doesn't bother me because even though he's dressed differently, he wrestles exactly the same. So, I like the way he wrestles. So, I don't know what the point of that is. I don't know. The thing I remember most about the match was Juice and Trent going back and forth. And I'm like, oh, this could be the next match. Naturally, Trent challenged for the U.S. title before. And, I feel like he would make a good U.S. champion. It'll be a good match. And the exchange between Juice and Trent it was teasing something. Something is here. Something is here. I think that'd be a very good match, maybe even a great match. And I really wish to see that at the New Beginning shows, because I would not mind that match one bit. And as I was watching Trent go in the ring, I was just wondering the person that he hugged, if that his mother. I'm gonna say his mother, because that's all I know. Trent's mother, looking into the crowd, looking into the ring, watching Trent go, must be thinking, man, I wonder what she's thinking, because he was pretty good. He's pretty proficient at his craft, I'd say. He made his mother proud that day, at least I would guess. But anyways, the match ends due to disqualification because Chuck Taylor comes in just out of fury, I guess, out of anger, because he didn't know how to understand why Trent Barreta will hug anyone else besides him. He's his best friend, not his mom, not any fan in the crowd. Chuck Taylor is Trent's best friend. So I guess he was so angry he got a chair and he wailed on Juice, caused a disqualification. He only took one shot to get disqualified. And that was it. Finlay and Juice technically win the match, but they go home very sore. And after the bell rings, Chuck Taylor still goes in on Juice and Finlay, but Trent stops and like, hey, let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's get out of here. And you could tell Chuck Taylor is very angry, and as he's walking back, everything seems to be calming down. Chucky T goes back to the ring and not package pile driver. It was a stump puller pile driver. It was on a chair. I think he did that to Finlay, and I'm like, that was pretty brutal. You could tell Chuck Taylor got some fire in him, but I don't know if it's for the right reasons. I don't know where it's going. It'd be interesting to see if Trent hugs somebody again. Maybe. I got an idea. Maybe Trent beats Juice for the title, and then we got Trent versus Chuck match down the line. I could see that happening. It'd be kind of a short reign for Juice there, but overall, I thought this match was pretty good, and it was entertaining to me. I gave it a 7.25, if I tell you. So next up, fourth match is Kushida, Jeff Cobb, and Yuji Nagata versus Will Ospreay, Hirooki Goto, and Tomohiro Ishii. I enjoyed this quite a bit. It was actually my favorite match on the card as a whole. Jeff Cobb, second match I've seen from him. I love him already. Now this match, it made me look forward to a couple of different things. There was a couple moments actually, when had exchanges between Ishii and Nagata. I like to see that match. That probably happened before, but I'd like to see that again if it has already happened. There was an exchange between Goto and Cobb. I wouldn't mind seeing that either. And Kushida, Will Ospreay, I think this match was perfect. It was perfect symmetry. I don't know why I blanked on that word. It's been a long time since I took a math class, so I guess I had no reason to use the word symmetry. But anyways, overall, they always do the thing where it breaks up in between the person's counterpart, which, like I said before, perfect counterparts for each segment of the individual tag teams. But it also had a segment where Kushida was fighting Hirooki Goto, and I always see, when a heavyweight in a tag match going against a junior weight, figuratively and sometimes quite literally, the heavyweight will just sit on basically the junior heavyweight until the junior heavyweight is able to get out and make a tag or something. But that wasn't the case here. For the first part, Hirooki Goto was kind of working over Kushida, but then Kushida was able to fight out of the opponent's corner, hit Ospreay, hit Ishii, hit Goto, and try to hit some blows on Goto, make it back to his side of the ring. It ended with Will Ospreay hitting his finish on Kushida, I believe, if I'm remembering that correctly. I tried not to write notes with this one at all, just try to go off memory, see if this goes better than the last one, because I feel like the Wrestle Kingdom review was a little long in the tooth and a little all over the place, maybe not as articulate. If I go from memory, it might be a little bit more conversational, but I believe Will Ospreay hit his move on Kushida and won the match that way. Gave this match 7.5. It was a really good match, and I'm looking forward to see where all these wrestlers go from here, because Will Ospreay is going to have to defend that never Openweight Championship against somebody at the New Beginning shows. Will it be Kushida? That would be interesting to me. So the next match is Togi Makabe with Toriano and Ryusuke Taguchi versus Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, and Taiji Ishimori. Now this match, the Bullet Club squad is actually coming in with the 6-man tag titles. I don't know why they call them 6-man, because it's only 3 persons to a tag team. Like, you don't call the regular tag team belts 4-man tag. You just call them tag team. I don't know. Whatever, that doesn't matter. But they actually came with the belts, and the gauntlet match, like I said, it was for number one contendership challenge at New Year's Dash. Which I don't understand why is that. Why just have the match at Wrestle Kingdom? Because this match for the championship didn't even main event New Year Dash. So it wasn't rendered any more special here. It was just another match. Like, it would have been more special at Wrestle Kingdom because there was only 3 tag matches, but here it's 7 tag matches. I believe it was 7 tag matches. But in terms of what the match was, I don't remember much about it besides Makabe doing his punches in the corner and stuff. I don't really have much to say about this match besides there was cheating involved. And I remember Tama Tonga, he keeps doing like, I'm a good guy. And so he didn't whip, I think it was Yano into the steel turnbuckle. And then, he beat up on Yano. And then later, he got him back into the middle of the ring. And Tangaloa was telling Tama Tonga to whip him into the exposed turnbuckle. We're trying to win, man. We're trying to win. And Tama Tonga was like, okay, I guess I'll do it. And by the time he made up his mind, he tried to do the Irish whip. And then it got reversed. And Tama Tonga hits his back on the steel. So that was good. Then eventually, Bullet Club cheats. This wholesale cheats to retain their belts. I think it was as the ref was distracted. It was one of those ref was distracted type of things, and the 2 other Bullet Club members came in. It was Chase Owens and Yujiro, I think, came in, and Jado was already there, and they came and interfered. with the match. While the ref was distracted, Chase Owens package power drove someone, and then after that, Tonga Loa picked up the guy and did like a what's it called, the Iizuka cutter or something. He did the move that Bam Bam Bigelow used to do, and that was his finishing move, and he was able to retain the 6-man tag titles, and the Bullet Club celebrates in the ring doing the 2 sweets and stuff. So at this point, I wanted to make sure, I wanted to like do a little account in my head, which factions have which belts. I really just want to see how many belts that Bullet Club has. So Bullet Club has the 3-man tag titles. Bullet Club has the 3-man tag titles and the heavyweight tag titles. And I think that's it, actually. So maybe by New Beginning, it looks like we're getting a Switchblade versus Ace match. So maybe that would the power struggle go in Bullet Club's favor then. But one more thing before we get to the next match. I gave the match 7.25 if you care about that. I don't know if I should say that in the video or just leave it in the description. I don't know if that's a tacky thing to do, to leave match ratings, to say them. I don't know. I like doing it. It's fun for me to keep track of things. But the next match was Minoru Suzuki, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Taichi, El Desperado, and Zack Sabre Jr. versus Evil, Sanada Bushi, Shingo Takagi, and Tetsuya Naito. Thing about this match, man, I right before, as people finished their entrance, right when Tetsuya Naito got in the ring and was standing and facing his team, I paused the video and I went to go change my clothes to like put my clothes in the dryer. I come back, expecting, ease right back into watching. Not even a second after, like half a second after I unpause the video, Tetsuya Naito gets a chair shot straight to the forehead, straight to the top of the head, and didn't have time to, put his hands up or anything. And it worked perfectly. Taichi hit him with the chair really hard, it seemed, and chaos ensued. The main thing about this, which you want to take away, is that Naito was out of the ring for the majority of the match. He was out of it. That chair shot, it seemed that, completely, he completely lost his wits about him. And immediately after the chair shot, he got rolled out of the ring, and Taichi was choking him with a chair on the outside, was slamming him on the table and stuff. And eventually, Tetsuya Naito was able to slowly get back on the apron to get a tag, where he put some work in, but ultimately, he got dominated because he was so out of it. And technically, the chair shot wasn't a disqualification. It shouldn't have been because the match didn't start yet. So that's what I was kind of hinting to before when I was talking about the last disqualification. But Tetsuya Naito got dominated by Taichi. Taichi hits his finishing move, pins Naito. That shocked me, and it seems like at New Beginning, we're going to have a Taichi versus Naito main event for one of the shows for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm not mad at it. I have no confidence in Taichi to win this, nor do I really want him to win. I do not like most of his matches from what I've seen from him. I don't really like him. I don't want him to really win anything, but this seemed like quite a jump. Because what's the biggest singles titles that he ever challenged for? I don't know. But I'm looking forward to the match. Tetsuya Naito got to defend against somebody and hold his belt until Dominion or Secure Genesis or something. So, why not give Taichi a shot? He's been toiling in the junior division in either tag or in the singles aspect for many years now. So, you know what? Give him a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. I ain't mad at it. Overall, I thought it was a good match. It wasn't trying to be this great match. It was just trying to tell the story over a course of 15, 20 minutes. I don't know how long it was, but it's trying to tell a story that Taichi really surprised Naito, just like Taichi pinning Naito surprised all of us. And after the match, and Suzuki cuts a promo Taichi is like, I can't tell because I don't speak Japanese, but it's basically saying that he's going to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship, I'm guessing, and then Minoru Suzuki himself grabs the mic and says, Suzuki-gun Ichiban, their faction is number one. So after they leave, Naito's still in the ring, and he has to get tended to by the trainer, and have to be, escorted out, and you can tell that he's, trying to get the feeling in his left arm. He might have got a stinger or something. It might be something minor as that, but, hopefully he'll be fine. Because this brings up another thing I forgot to mention about Wrestle Kingdom. Apparently, Kota Ibushi got a concussion from those kicks. So, hashtag wrestler safety. And I hope that, it's hard to say that he wouldn't get a concussion from the chair shot, Naito. But I hope the best for his brain health. Anyway, time for our main event of the evening. Jay White, Bad Luck Fale, and Goto versus Yoshi-Hashi, Kazuchika Okada, and Hiroshi Tanahashi. So yeah, this is the last match, and you might have noticed that a couple characters might be missing, but we'll get to that after this match. One thing I want to say about the entrances here is, see Jay White is back in red, not wearing white. Some of the people did wear the Wrestle Kingdom outfits to New Year's Dash. It's always interesting to see that in a smaller venue. But Yoshi-Hashi came in, he got his own entrance. I'm like, why is this motherfucker? I really don't like Yoshi-Hashi. There's so many wrestlers that they could have that is not in New Japan, like you just, for novelty's sake, that you can go get, that are either in other Japan, like or Noah, or just in anywhere in the Indies, ROH, whatever. You can just go grab and say, this is our novelty guy in this block, and have that person replace Yoshi-Hashi. Because why? He gets so many opportunities, and I think it's like not intentional that he gets this opportunity. Like they need somebody to fill these matches. I don't know. I'm talking more about the G1. I'm okay with him being a tag match in this case, but I don't know. I just don't like Yoshi-Hashi. But he got new hair since the last time I see him, so that's a better look. So he's making progress. He has better gear and better hair. So he's making progress in the way I perceive him. But I still don't really like him that much as a wrestler. But Kazuchika Okada got his own entrance. He comes back in the gear he had last night, or 2 nights ago as I upload this, because, it takes a little time to turn around with these. But then Tanahashi comes out with the championship around his waist. And I don't know if he's playing this up or that he's really degenerating physically pretty fast. He also, wrestled that like 35-minute main event last night. So yeah, he has good right to be moving awkwardly. But yesterday and today, I've noticed that he's moving very stiff, very stiff. And, they make a point in saying that, so I think that he's playing it up. But he kind of always had, like in the past 5 or 6 years of me seeing his matches, I would say he always had like the Matt Hardy type of walk. Well, not the type of walk, but the type of thing where Matt Hardy, I always noticed when I was a little kid, he always walked very funny. He always walked like he was beat up and like an old man. And Tanahashi always had the same thing. He always moved kind of stiff. But the difference is that Tanahashi is legitimately an older, battered wrestler. So I think that might be why he moves kind of funny over the past, couple years of his career. But when I noticed that Matt Hardy, like he was in his late 20s, moving awkwardly. But he did also take a lot of punishment in his day as well, so I don't know. The main point of this match was to show that Jay White is moving on from Okada. He took him down, and now he's looking back at Tanahashi because he wants that championship. Also, Okada was able to get his time with Goto in, and there was big boos for Goto. So I enjoyed Okada getting this. It just looks so wrong, though, because they're like, they were always 2 peas in the pot for the longest of time. And now, they're fighting each other. But to get back to the main point, is that Jay White kind of dominated the match. They kind of went back and forth. Okada had some time. He even did Okada had a moment when he did the Dragon Screw leg whip on Bad Luck Fale, and Hiroshi Tanahashi gave the big thumbs up as if I approve of that leg whip. I did that to Okada many times, and I approve of that one. Now he knows how to do it himself. Also, Yoshihashi did a couple moves. He usually makes the few times he gets offense in a match, he usually makes it worse. He makes the match worse because his offense is kind of shitty, in my opinion. But he did a pretty good job here. But in the end, he takes the pin, takes the switchblade and the final pin from Jay White. So afterwards, after Okada and Tanahashi are making their way outside of the ring area, Jay White gets on the mic and says, I made light work of Okada so you can keep going, but Tanahashi, you stay. And he basically, keeps saying that, Tanahashi, you're old man, your time is up, my time is now, it's time for my era, the Switchblade era, and I'm ready to take that title off of you. Because you may have given up your body last night and over the past couple years to regain that title, but it's only going to make it easier for me to take it off you. And then, he does his little catchphrase and breathe with the switchblade, which I don't know what that means. I think it should be stand down or you will breathe with a switchblade in your throat. It's maybe something like that. But breathe with the switchblade, it doesn't make sense in a literal way. Like he calls himself the switchblade, so you have to live with Jay White. I know that's what he's trying to say. But I feel like, breathing with the switchblade in your throat would be a little more, it's a little English, but it's a little more threatening as well. But that is what we're left with from Jay White. So I'm looking forward to it. It wouldn't be quite as shocking because there's actual build here. But now I think about it, Okada versus Tanahashi in that 2012 New Beginning. It was like his second singles match, and he beat Tanahashi for the championship in 2012. It wouldn't be as shocking here, because Tanahashi does look in very, very poor condition, and we had over a year to build up Jay White, so it wouldn't be as shocking. But I'm looking forward to that match. By the way, I give that past the main event a 7 as well. So, notable thing about the show after all these matches, that there's no Kenny Omega. People expected, I guess, to be like a send-off. This would be his final, show. I still don't know the condition of his contract. I know WWE is making offers, but I don't know exactly when it expires. I think New Japan started to make their contracts expire not like the night after Wrestle Kingdom, but like the end of January. So I think that's true. I heard that like over a year ago. Oh, excuse me. The last time Kenny Omega was in the main event versus Okada was Wrestle Kingdom 11. He also wasn't at New Year's Dash, I believe. His next show they was on was at Honor Rising, which was toward the end of February. And I think that might be the same here, because he's losing again a main event for the championship. He has no reason to come back early, so I think it would be fitting for him again to come back for Honor Rising, to doing that again. I believe they're doing that again, or even as late. This would be super, super late, but the build up to the Supercard in Madison Square Garden, and maybe while he might wrestle a couple times for All Elite Wrestling. I still don't know much about that, but I don't know. He did do some appearances in that gap, in the last gap in 2017, but it wasn't for New Japan. So, but also that time, me saying that just now, it might seem like kind of revisionist history. From my perception in that time, people perceived it as he's taking the time to look at his options, and that he's taking the option of WWE and listening to New Japan's offer. So maybe that's why there was such a gap there. But from a storyline perspective, there is no reason for him to come back so soon. From him weighing his options, there's also no reason for him to come back so soon. Because if you think if Kenny might leave, why would you put him back on the shows if you're not confident? If you're confident he is going to come back anyways, it still wouldn't make too much sense. But, I would hate to be the last piece of news or a talking point to be about Kenny Omega, because I don't want to be one of those guys who centers all their attention around Kenny Omega, because I've seen a lot of that over the past couple years. But he is a big deal, so I I had to talk about him. But another person I noticed that's missing, that I care about, because there was a lot of people from Wrestle Kingdom, like the Young Bucks weren't there, Cody wasn't there. I don't care about them, so I really don't care to mention it. But next week, next Saturday actually, I'll be posting a review of the first Fantastica Mania show, and I'm looking forward to that, because I don't usually watch Fantastica Mania. That's usually when I take a break and then I start back up again in the road to new beginning. But this is my first Fantastica Mania that I watch from beginning to end, so I'm looking forward to talking about that. If you enjoyed this review, you know what to do. You handle all that stuff. Comment. I would love some criticism, what I did right, what I did wrong. Did you enjoy this? I enjoyed doing this one over the Wrestle Kingdom review. The show's a lot more enjoyable to watch, and I didn't take notes. I just, I'm talking kind of off the dome here, and I enjoyed doing this. So thank you so much for watching. Long live wrestling, and see you on Saturday when I talk about the first Fantastica Mania show. Peace out.